Thank you, gentlemen and dimes. Coming.
I have fantastic news, everybody. My literary masterpiece, Life of the Party, which you have not read yet, will now be available in audiobook form. The homebuster called and said he thought it was a great idea because the pre-sales are going so well. So if you haven't already, please go to BertCast.com and pre-order your copy of Life of the Party. Pre-orders determine how well a book does overall, and if you tweet me a copy of your pre-order, I will follow you, I will favorite you, I will do your podcast, I will buy you a beer. Ask anyone in Edmonton or in Pittsburgh. I'm still on tour. Nashmantucket, Tampa, Irvine, Philly, Des Moines, Dayton, Phoenix. My show, Trip Flip, airs a new episode every Wednesday night on Travel Channel at 9 p.m. Today's guest, my buddy from the Django Unchained, Omar Dorsey.
This is the Bertcast.
All right, so we're recording. Yeah,
I stripper money on the floor.
Yeah, exactly. I liked the podcast like when I first started that were real casual. Like I like Marin's and I love Greg's.
Right.
When you go into Greg's, you're in a studio and it's like sometimes I get nervous when I do Greg's.
Right.
But like I like Joe, when you used to do Joe's first podcast, like when you first run, you just went to his house.
Yeah.
And he was like the
he was probably rolling up though.
Yeah.
Come on, Rogan, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
I had so many fucking questions to ask you.
Oh, okay.
After like last night, I was like listening to in the man cave right now. Omar Jermaine Dorsey.
Omar J. Dorsey.
Your fucking IMDb list is astounding.
It's starting to look crazy, and I just got Ray Donovan.
What? Yeah. How's that?
Yeah, we had the table read yesterday, so I'm playing this really dope ass character, man. Like, you know what? I was sort of scared because I was like, dude, I keep playing the bad guy, but I'm playing him really interesting.
Yeah.
And so, like, this is another, like, sort of bad guy, but they want it to be funny.
Yeah.
A little bit, you know, still scary, but a little funny. So, but, man, we had the table read yesterday, and, okay, I'm looking at the table read. I was like, it's Hank Azaria, there's John Voight, there's
Hank Azaria, John Voight.
of course, Liev Schreiber.
Dude, how is it that his voice sounds totally different when he narrates those HBO documentaries?
I don't know, man. You know what? He's like Hank Azaria, because, you know, Hank Azaria can just change his voice. He does a million Simpson characters, so he can change. But it's like yesterday when we were doing the table read, he had a straight up Southie accent, man.
Really?
Like Boston, like all, like, you know, that's how he plays on Ray Donovan. But like, I think he might just be like one of those like guys like who can just like throw his voice. I can't do that, man. I'm not that gifted like that.
Yeah, I'm not either. I can do me.
Yeah, me too.
That's it.
Yeah, voice wise, I can't do anything else, man.
What's you know what the other thing is impressive about you? You are super understated as a man. Like you don't tell people your credits. You don't talk about what you do. No. You kind of just say hi and roll by and don't say anything. Like there are dads at our school that our kids go to school together.
Right. Our kids are best friends.
Yeah.
Like, my daughter's best friend is his daughter. So,
they had a sleepover the other night.
They sleepover. Yep.
And it's impressive because a lot of dads will just kind of rattle off their credits.
Yeah, I know.
It's exhausting.
It's really funny.
It
is. They're like, yeah, I'm an actor. Yeah, I seen you. Yeah, I do this, that. And I'm like, okay. Like, and it's like, I don't even care. It's like, if you see me in something, like, cool, that's what's up, man.
Yeah.
It's good, yeah. But it's like, I don't even care about that, man. If I ain't Brad Pitt.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? I said, if I ain't Brad Pitt, if you don't know me, it's all good. It don't even matter right now.
Hey, just out of curiosity, did you shut the front door?
I did not lock it.
Okay, thank you. Just making sure my dog doesn't run away again.
Yeah.
So when did like, what was really impressive to me is 'cause I grew up in the South too.
Okay.
And I always felt like growing up in the South, I was Florida, in which everyone was like, "That's not the South." It is. I didn't think the idea of becoming an actor was accessible at all to me.
See, I did.
Really?
Because my mom used to be a director. She used to be a theater director, and so I was like, I went to a theater arts high school.
Really?
Yeah, and like people who were in my high school were already doing television because I'm from Atlanta, so we had I'll Fly Away and we had In the Heat of the Night. So people from ours, people who were like my best friend Dorian Missick, he's out here right now too. Like he was doing In the Heat of the Night, back in 1989. And another one of my good friends, Ron Rico, was doing. He was the lead. He was like the little drummer boy in Glory. So I was like, okay, you can do it.
Shit.
Yeah, so I was like, you can do it. And these guys are still working today. Real good friends of mine too. So it was always in my mind, like, okay, this is what you can do, And So this is like from 1990 to 1994. I graduated from high school in 94 and went straight, when I went into college, I was like, I know what I want to do.
Yeah.
So that's what it was. And then, even though I was doing, all I was doing was theater at that point. And I was playing football, but that was it, man.
That's crazy.
Yeah.
But then how did you get involved? Because your parents, there's my buddy Al Jackson's a comedian out here. Al's got intellectual parents. Dave Chappelle has intellectual parents.
Yeah.
You have intellectual parents.
I do, yes.
And then you also got involved in what is like the urban youth cycle.
Right.
Like getting caught in the trap.
Of course you can. Of course, that's what happens, man. Just because, it's,
By the way, your interview with Greg Fitzsimmons explained a lot of T.I. songs to me.
Oh, did it really? Okay, there it is, yeah. Yeah. But the thing about it is, like, you just see easy money. It's like, man, it's really easy money.
Yeah.
You can go out and I can go out there and make $200-$300, not knowing that $200 or $300, or $500 is not really worth 5 years in prison.
Not at all.
But it's like at that point you're like, man, I'm broke.
Yeah.
Let me go ahead and get this real easy money. Like I did have intellectual parents. My father's a doctor of theology, and he teaches. My mother's a doctor of education. He's really, really smart. My mother's really the smartest person I know. I know some really intelligent people.
Yeah.
But yeah, I got caught up doing, ignorant shit.
Yeah.
So, but
I think we all do, and I think
we do. Yeah.
And I think personally, and I used to on stage a lot talk about race because I loved. I think growing up in the South, it was so polarized.
Right. It was. Yeah.
It was like there were black neighborhoods and there were white neighborhoods.
Yeah.
And you knew the name of the black neighborhood, like Frenchtown, Port Tampa.
Right.
And then the white neighborhoods, it was like racism was, I fucking believe, thriving when we grew up.
Yeah. You know what's crazy? Like, I'm from Decatur, Georgia, right? So I think I thought the whole city of Decatur was black. And except for downtown Decatur. It's very white and it's very rich. But it's like, I didn't know until I went, I went to an all-black elementary school, which was a really nice school, too.
Yeah.
And then when I went to high school, I went to performing arts school. That's really the first time I ever had interaction with white people.
Really?
Yeah, but it was nothing. It was like everybody was cool, and I found out I like white chicks. They liked me. So I didn't know, but I was like,
it's like discovering Menchie's.
I was like, whoa, exactly. Like, whoa,
it's right down the street.
I know. Like, hey, I didn't know this. Yeah, but so that was like that was a mind screw. But you know what? Like, just because I went to that performing arts school, I got a little bit there was really no racism in that school.
Yeah. Because
everybody was these artsy fartsy kids and these people walking around, boys walking around with leotards and stuff, and people just singing like in the cafeteria at any given moment. It's like, I was like, wow, this is what life really is.
Yeah.
Benetton had, but it's not really until you go outside of the school and you go to somebody's, like, one of your friends from school, go to their neighborhood, and you're like, oh, they really don't like me that much.
Yeah.
Or they have preconceived notions about me is what it is.
Preconceived notions is what I think.
Yeah.
Is where I think racism was when I say we were growing up, and you're younger than me. I'm 41.
Okay, I'm 38.
Like, I think preconceived notions was what racism was. I think there were parents that were racist.
Yeah.
But I think kids, it was just like, and I think it was just lack of socialization.
Right.
Like, I look at Georgia.
Yeah.
And I talk about Georgia fairly openly. Georgia and I openly on the podcast.
Okay.
So only because I have a hard time. I have a hard time without being 100% honest about everything. But Georgia does not see racism at all.
Dude, like, Bert, at the party the other day, like the slumber party that my daughter had, I was like, okay, there's an Asian kid, there's a Mexican kid, there's a white kid, and there's my daughter. That was the most beautiful thing I ever saw. Yeah. I was like, oh shit, y'all ain't like us. Yeah. It was so dope. And I was like, it was nothing. They don't see it at all, man. And we wouldn't even talk about it at home. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
I was just like, wow, this is really cool, man. That's what I hope the world turns into, but I don't know. We live in Valley Village, so I don't know.
Yeah, but it's Valley, we've got a pretty good community.
It's a nice little community over here. Yeah, man. So I don't know, man, but I hope the rest of it's like that. You think it is?
No.
Okay,
dude. Do you ever go back to Georgia?
I go back to Georgia. Yeah, I went back to Georgia. I had to do press for Rake.
Hey, I just found out Rake was a British series.
It's an Australian.
Australian series?
Yeah, man. You have to watch the Australian series.
Really?
I mean, ours is really good. It's the same showrunner.
Yeah.
But the Australian series can get away with stuff. They can get away with showing titties on. They can get away with cursing and showing people doing blow.
Really?
Yeah. So it's on Netflix. That shit is hard. I watched it before, before we started filming. I watched the whole series. It's only like it was 2 seasons. It's on season 3 right now. But that's like one of the hardest series going, man. It's really good.
That's insane. Now, I could talk to you about just about growing. Like, I'm dying to know if you ever went to Freaknik.
Hell yeah, I went to Freaknik.
Okay.
I'm writing a TV show about the early 90s, like the real Freaknik. Hell yeah.
Okay, so there was Freaknik. I'm guarantee you more than half of the people listening to this don't know what Freaknik is.
Oh, man. Freaknik is a magical place. It's like
it's an energy more than it is.
It's like, it's Daytona in Florida. How Bike Week in Myrtle Beach or something like that. It's a spring break for black colleges or for black college students. Man, and it was in Atlanta. It actually started out as just like a barbecue, like in 1989, 1990, right down the street from my house.
Really?
Right down the street from my house at Exchange Park. And like it was just a little barbecue, and it expanded to like the black colleges in Atlanta, the AUC, the Atlanta University Center, and they started coming out and they started having parties, and then one person heard from another person. By the time 5 years later, 1994, I was in high school. It's my senior year of high school. I was going to school like right in downtown Atlanta, so I'm driving. I'm like, my first Freaknik I can go to. My brother came back from college. He came back. He met me downtown. I'm driving downtown. I just see the most glorious thing I ever saw. Just bad chicks in booty shorts.
Oh.
And then I saw the Fab Five with Juwan Howard, Chris Webber, Jalen Rose, Ray, and Jimmy King. And I was like,
how did those guys not get AIDS?
I don't know. And they all looked like giants just walking. I was like, shit, I know I'm in the right place. That's the Fab Five. Then I see Tupac, and I'm like,
you saw Tupac?
Fuck yeah. I'm like, yo, this is the most insane thing that I've ever seen in my life. Like, it was amazing. It was just, that was like, 94 was like, they said that was the best Freaknik. That was the first one I ever went to, and like I got laid, and I was in high school, and I was getting laid, like one night stands, and I wasn't even doing it like that. Like I was like, this is amazing, man.
Yeah. So
it's just like all these people, like I said, they come to Atlanta.
Like how many people, if you could ballpark it,
man, maybe like 100,000, maybe.
Yeah.
But like just in downtown Atlanta, centralized, and their cars are parked, and they're having street parties, like just having parties, just parking their car imagine if it's just like on Hollywood Boulevard, you just park your car, turn your music up, and it's a party, and you're not getting in any trouble or anything.
Yeah,
it was amazing, man. Like I'd never seen anything like that in my life.
It's like spontaneous tailgating.
Exactly, it's like spontaneous tailgating and at 2:00 in the afternoon on a Friday,
and everyone is in booty shorts
and just shaking it. This is 1994 we're talking about.
God, man, I remember hearing about Freaknik.
Yeah, man.
Now the opposite side of Freaknik were the white people in Atlanta were terrified.
I don't know. I know.
Because that's why it stopped.
Yeah.
Is white businesses were like...
Yeah, and I can understand. I'm a grown man now. Like, and what's the one they do in Miami now? They do something in Miami. I forgot what it's called, but it's something like that. I forgot what it's called. But it's like a little same thing like that. But it's all white kids doing it. But they're all doing blow and they're all doing mollies and stuff. And Miami is trying to like shut that down. I can understand why.
I can understand when you get older. You understand children.
Right.
I don't fear. I don't look at like judge people by their color or their religion or any of that. I judge them by the age.
Yeah, I do too, man, because it's reckless.
Yeah.
You don't know any better. And like I remember like in 95 or 96 Freaknik, I was still getting it in. But I remember like there were like ambulances that couldn't get through the streets, man, and people were dying, because they needed an ambulance to come get them. And that's
some sort of urban planner in one of those.
I know, man.
Just
they
for
just
safety. Nowadays, I'd be in there going, "What if someone has an asthma attack?"
Exactly. Those are the type of things that were happening. And now I'm like, man, that's not too safe, man. I don't know, but and they ended it. They ended it at the proper time. I think it was like it started like tailing off at about like 98 or something, and anybody who went after that, they were just trying to hit fumes at that point. They were just trying to get secondhand smoke.
Now what? Now I like I said, and I'd like to do another one of these because I listen to you on Greg's podcast.
Yeah,
you're very untethered. Like you don't care. You're very honest,
right? And I
love you. You could have been a comic.
Hey man, I used to do sketch forever, but I couldn't. I was not getting on stage though.
Really?
Man, it's too masochistic. I ain't fucking with that, man. I do not like pain, and I don't want to get booed. I'm not about that life, man. Nah.
So when did you get serious about acting?
Shit, man, when I was 5.
Really?
Yeah, man. I always wanted to be an actor, dude.
Really?
Like, for real. Like, yeah, like, that was always my goal. The teacher used to laugh at me and stuff, too. What do you want to be? I want to be an actor. I said, I want to, but that's all I ever thought about. Either that or a football player.
Yeah.
And I got bad knees, so I couldn't be a football player.
So what was your first big part you booked?
First big part was Road Trip.
Really?
Yeah, Road Trip. And I was still in college, too. Yeah.
Really?
Yeah.
Oh, yeah, of course you were.
Yeah.
I guess I probably saw that just out of college.
You probably did. It was like 99, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Just out of college.
Yep.
And then and was that booked through Atlanta?
Just booked through Atlanta, yep. And
that movie was fucking huge.
I love that. And that was the first movie I ever did. I was like, shit, I'm about to be a star. Nope. I was like, I'm about to be. But it was cool because it's like the first time, like, I just go places and everybody would just know who I was. And I was like, hell yeah.
Yeah.
But that, like, died out after about 6 months. But you know what? People, to this day, that movie came out 15 years ago, I guess.
Yeah.
And people still know me from that movie, man.
Really?
They do. They like, you were in Road Trip. I was like, yeah. I did a lot of shit after that, too, though. But yeah.
So then you go from Road Trip to then...
I think it was Drumline was next.
Oh, Drumline was a good fucking movie.
Yeah, it was a real good movie.
It was a really good movie, and I remember when that was coming. I remember when that was happening because that was Nick Cannon's move from music to acting.
Yeah, it was his move from music, and he had a little show on Nickelodeon too.
Yeah,
but so he moved that and went straight into acting.
We both had deals at Overbrook at the same time.
Oh, yeah,
and
yeah.
I remember them saying,
well, they love. Well, on Will and them, they love him, man.
Oh yeah,
they love him. And he was being groomed to be the new Will Smith.
Yeah,
yeah.
I remember that. You know what? You want to hear something weird about Nick Cannon? Not to be gossipy.
Yeah.
He parks his Phantom on the street.
Does he really?
Yeah.
Yeah. He's cool. I see him. He does do some wild shit.
But I just didn't understand that. If you have a Phantom,
right,
you'd think you'd also have a parking spot for it. He just parks it on the street.
Oh wow.
That's insane. But that's also, I guess, the way he probably sees life. He just doesn't.
Yeah.
He's kind of casual and cool, and
he's real cool. You know what? Like,
this is a while ago, by the way.
Yeah. Oh man, dude, when we were doing the movie, man, like, shout out to Nick, man. I'm real proud of everything he's doing, man. But my God, man, I was like, this dude is like, he was so calculated in everything he does in life.
Really?
Like when we were doing that movie 12 years ago or whatever, how long, 13 years ago, I was like, man, you don't want to hit this blunt, man? Nah, man, nah. You don't want to drink nothing? Nah, I'm high on life. I'm like, what the fuck does that mean, dude?
Really?
Yeah, but you know what? It really, like, I see what he's doing now, and he's making way more money than anybody else is.
Yeah, he's definitely one of those people that I don't know. I believe I'm too attached to reality to get into being a superstar, possibly.
Right.
Like, I can't really believe the hype about me.
Right.
Like, and part of promotion is promoting your own hype.
Right.
And you're either like and you're very honest about everything. Like, when I heard you talking about Quentin Tarantino, and you're like, he's crazy, man. He's fun. Yeah. He's cool. His scripts are amazing.
Right.
Like, but you're talking very real about it.
Right.
But you're also starring in one of the biggest movies I've seen in the past 10 years, Django Unchained.
Right.
And so, but like Leonardo DiCaprio.
Right.
Like, I don't know if I could be that star in the sense that I'm so critical of myself that I'd never believe it.
You know what? I don't think he thinks. I know he knows that he's a star, but like, he don't act like it.
Really?
Nah, he act like a regular dude, man. Like, for real, he act like a regular dude who has the baddest girlfriends in the world.
Leonardo does?
Yeah, but like, because he doesn't get caught up in the hype, because he doesn't like. He's not a Hollywood. He's a Hollywood dude because he does Hollywood movies and stuff.
Yeah.
But he's not like that Hollywood type Like, I know those guys. You know what I'm saying? Like, hey, man, I got to make sure that this hair is coiffed a certain way. Man, Leo just walk out the fucking house like, whatever, man.
Yeah.
Pass me a cigarette, Omar. You know what I'm saying? Or he smokes electric cigarettes now. Really? Like, he's just one of them dudes, man. Like, he's real. He's not the Hollywood type dude. It's just that he just so happens to be one of maybe the biggest movie star in the world. And he has really good business sense. Yeah. But he's not like, say, how Nick Cannon was 13 years ago.
Just calculated. And figuring it out.
But, like, I look at Nick Cannon like this. I think, like, when I think about Nick Cannon, I think about he is trying to be like Will Smith the same way Kobe Bryant is trying to be like Michael Jordan. Yeah. You know what I'm saying? Like, everything with Kobe was calculated.
The way Tiger wanted to be like Jack Nicklaus.
Like Jack. You know what I'm saying? So everything is really calculated. You know what I'm saying? Like, okay, I see his steps. I'm going to try to move in those steps like this because that's how it is. And it works. You know what I'm saying? It comes across as somewhat being disingenuous.
Okay,
at
that's
times.
What it is.
You know what I'm saying?
And I think when you, and I'm not talking about me right now, but when you blaze your own path, right, you end up going, I don't know the fucking direction.
I don't know the direction. And those guys we're talking about, Jordan and Will Smith and
look at Will.
Jack,
look at Will Smith's path.
Yeah, I know.
No one. I told him when I first met him. I said, and I don't think I articulated this. I was like, there wasn't a blueprint for how you could become a star.
Not at all.
When he was on TV, I remember when The Fresh Prince of Bel-Air came out. Yeah. I was like, I remember thinking, I can't believe a rapper has a sitcom. Right. Now that's like every rapper has a sitcom.
I know, right. And it's like, and you know what I liked about Will is that he just got better. Because I was like, the first time I was like, he's all right. It's okay. I like him. Because I like hardcore rap. So I thought he was
like who?
Like back then I liked Ice Cube and NWA. Yeah. You know what I'm saying? Public Enemy. So I was like, Will's cool. He all right. Yeah, he's the funny guy. Yeah. He's the corny guy who likes to be corny. He's cool with being corny. Yeah. You know, that was his whole shtick, you know. So I'm like, okay, yeah, whatever. But then he became a great actor. So like years later, you know, actually doing that show, he became good. You know what I'm saying?
Doing that show, he became really good. And and I'll be honest with you, and I'll say this, and I'll go to my grave saying this. Yeah. His best rap song is "Nightmare on My Street."
His best rap song is "Summertime."
Oh yeah, "Summertime's" a great fucking song.
A great fucking song.
Yeah, I'm talking about. Oh yeah.
Yeah, it's
"Summertime's"
a great
fucking
song. It's just a great song. It's like, yo, this is great. Yeah. But "Nightmare on My Street" was good. It's good. It is good conceptually too.
It was conceptually. It was like a Maynard Keenan James wrote it. I'm being racist. The lead singer of Tool.
Okay.
Okay. Yeah. I didn't know if you knew.
I didn't know that. Okay.
But yeah.
Okay. For sure.
But like, it was a conceptually good song.
Right. He like a lot of his early, like a lot of those songs, like, you know, Parents Don't Understand, Girls in the World. They were great concepts, and the videos were so like great. Yeah. You know, you're like, okay. Like, he was really good. He might have been the first rapper he might have been the only rapper to really put that video, the concept, stuff like that.
Yeah.
On like that.
And it was simple. It was like it was a white screen.
It was white screen, but it was just like so good, and it was like really big, and it was like really big, like theater. Like it was like maybe theater of the absurd type stuff. Yeah. It was really good. I was like, okay. Like, and I appreciated it then, but now I'm talking about it right now. It was really good.
And when he did 6 Degrees of Separation,
yeah, man, you were like, oh shit,
okay, he can act.
Yeah, he can act now. Yeah, but when he did Bad Boys, I was like, he is the fucking man.
No,
yo, I was like, dude, he is.
I got to be honest with you, there's no better Will Smith than Hero Will Smith.
I know, man. Oh, running with a shirt
because it's the same thing that Bruce Willis had.
Yeah,
it's a damaged hero. It's a hero that you know can save the day, right? But you don't know if he can. Like, you don't. There's a chance that he may decide to stop and get a drink first. Yeah, you know.
You can say, but you might not want him in your house either.
Exactly.
You know what I'm saying? Like, you want Hancock in your house? Not really.
That's why I miss Damon Wayans.
Yeah, because you know what? I just watched some Damon Wayans. It was Damon Wayans and Adam Sandler. What movie was that?
Bulletproof.
Man, I just watched that movie. I was like, this motherfucker was a star.
Yes, and his stand-up was fucking on point.
It was so good, dude. You know what? Like, he still got this joke when he was like talking about Damon Jr. Yeah. Talking about how Damon Jr. would be depressed. Every time he get depressed, he'd go in the bathroom and jack off. Spaghetti again. I'll be right back. Man, I was like, yo, nah. What is Damon doing? I mean, he's being rich.
Yeah. I mean, I don't know. That's part of the thing. That's part of the trajectory of, I believe, of this business is that I believe you get to a certain point where you just go, what is that? What is the end goal? What am I fucking doing?
Right.
Am I going to do another special? Am I going to do another sitcom?
Right.
I don't like, what, do I do a movie? Do I write a movie? But he does have his fucking brother, who was a trailblazer.
Yeah. Yeah.
Let's get back to you. Let's get back to you.
Yeah, we talk about that.
Because I could talk about.
Yeah.
So, what was the Django Unchained like? I mean, that by the way is one of. I mean, all of Quentin's movies are the best movies you've seen in the last 10 years.
Yeah.
But that really was. Would you say that's like your? What was the favorite movie you worked on?
Django.
Yeah.
By far, man. It wasn't even close either.
Really?
I got so fat though. But yeah, by far, dude. Like we were in New Orleans eating beignets every day. God, I might have gained. When I started Django, I was like 238, 240. Well, I'm like where I am right now, about 238. When I left, I was 258.
Holy shit!
I was fat as shit, dude. I was eating every day, getting toe up every night. You know what I'm saying? But it was fun though. We had a great, not every night. Do you find, and I say this, because I know that I believe you probably see past it. But did you find that character fucked with your psyche about being a black man at all? No, it did when I looked at myself in the mirror, because I had like no teeth.
Yeah.
And I had like my hair was all screwed up, and I looked in the mirror, and I think I almost cried. But then, like, I had a conversation with somebody. It was like, man, you got to remember, like, you're dealing with your ancestors and these people. You got to represent them. Like, 'cause it was a hard road for them. You know what I'm saying? So I was like, okay.
Did you see slavery different?
Shit, I put myself in there. You know what I'm saying? I always,
I mean, at one point you're in a cage.
I'm in a cage, yeah, man, yeah. So I see I've always known slavery was fucked up, but... I
don't think white people, bear with me for a second, I don't think most white people do.
I know.
I don't think they really... I don't think, and I'll speak for myself included, and I'll put myself in this, I don't think they ever take the time to stop and actually think about it.
Right.
Until you see a movie like The Django Unchained or 12 Years a Slave.
Yeah.
12 Years a Slave was the first time I realized, oh yeah, those guys that I knew that never had control over their lives, right? They just would have been dick slave owners.
Yeah, you're right. Yeah,
like the guy at your office that's an asshole.
Right,
he would have been an asshole slave owner.
Right,
he would have kidnapped black people. Right, and sold them for like that. You got to look at the way businesses run today. Yeah, that shiesty agent. Yeah, that. Put it back in those times. That
was the biggest business. I mean, like owning slaves and picking cotton was what built America. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. So you're talking about like, when you're talking about, it really fucking me up because you're talking about people as being cattle and like just being bred and all of that, man. Like, trust me, I've studied this ad nauseum because I was about to, I was doing a lot of like African American studies in college, but like doing a movie like that, it really put it in perspective. And I remember when I met with Quentin before he offered me the role. We sat and talked for like an hour before he was like, "Do you want to do the role?" And he was like, "It's going to be a really hard movie."
At what minute into that conversation you're like, "I think I got it"?
He told me in the beginning. He was like, "So you're my guy."
Oh,
and then we just started. Like,
that's so good because now you can really listen.
Yeah, now I can relax because I was like, "Oh shit, I got another meeting with Quentin." But he's my favorite director in the world, so I was like, "It's all good." I sit and talk to him. I like talking to people who I like, you know. And like, he told me as soon as I sat down, I said, "So you're my guy. So let's sit down and talk because there's going to be a lot of backlash and it's going to be a lot of like this, that, and the other for the movie, and this and we're just talking. And he's like, it's a hard subject. It's it's the hardest subject in American history. Man, I don't know what people think about Quentin, man, but that dude is like he's so smart, man. I don't get like the backlash against him, man. I understand he says nigga a lot, you know what I'm saying, in his movies, but that's how people talk, Like, and I feel like you have to reflect life when you're making art.
And so that word is a very I don't say it at all. Yeah. Only that's one. And by the way, that is a decision I made. Right. It's not because I'm better than anyone, right, or that I think that the word has that me saying the word. Like Greg will say Greg Fitzsimmons, and right, he'll say the word if it is necessitates the word. Right. I choose not to. Right. Because I grew up in the South and because the word was so prevalent. Right. And it was like. And you didn't realize how caustic it was.
You're right.
And so, as an adult, I just decided I'll never say that word. Right. Because, and I'm sure that like I know that I wrote it in my book because I was talking about one of my first experience in the fraternity and seeing racism, seeing white people be really racist. Right. And it blew me the fuck away. Right. So I grew up not. My parents would never let that fucking word fly in our house. Right. But I did grow up in a redneck neighborhood, and I heard the word in the neighborhood. Right. But And I'm not saying I've never said the fucking word. Let me
Right.
tell you something. When I was introduced to NWA,
Yeah, of course.
I did not say
Right.
N-words with attitude.
Right, exactly. Yeah.
Like, yeah, I mean, that's the honest truth. But Quentin does reflect a very honest sensibility that, by the way, connects with a lot of white people. When when he played that role in Pulp Fiction, and he's in the garage. Do you see a sign above my house?
You say dead nigga storage? Yeah, exactly. yeah. But hey, man, I don't know any way other than being real with it.
Exactly.
You got to be real with it. Like, and Quentin just does that, man. Like, and I'm all for it, man. So, like I said, when I met him, and I was like, all right, I was like, man, I'm getting work with Quentin. Cool.
Yeah.
But, like, he already told me, like, this is what's going to happen. And you know what? It never fell on any of us. It fell on him. He doesn't care. He didn't give a shit.
Yeah.
He won the fucking Oscar. He won Best Screenplay. You know what I'm saying? For Django. So, whatever it is, it is. I mean, it didn't matter. I think it should have won Best Picture, personally.
Oh, dude, it's one of the best pictures I've ever seen.
It is, man. And he's good.
Jamie
great,
Foxx
man.
is fucking...
All those dudes, man. Like, I'm telling you, that was like a master's class. Like, when you say, what's my favorite movie? Like, I don't even have a lot of lines. I'm in a lot of the movie. I don't have a lot of lines. It's just me sitting back, watching these great actors, sitting, eating dinner with these dudes every night, like, just soaking up all that knowledge, man. Even with all the producers, Reginald Hudlin, going out with Quentin every Friday, man. Like, it's just that type of stuff, man. Like, that's an experience you'll never get.
It's a master's class. You're totally right.
It's a master's class, and it's like, man, I've taken out, all the classes that I took in college, and all the classes I took after college. I'm like, it's nothing than sitting in front of, Christoph Waltz. Christoph Waltz.
It's amazing.
Or sitting in front of Walton Goggins. And you just sitting and chilling in front of James Remar, and we just sitting and talking about this stuff, man. It's nothing like that, man. It's like, with Leo, man. Because Leo, one thing about DiCaprio, man, like, we're the same age.
What?
Yeah, man. He's like 38. So we've been.
I always look at him as 24.
I know, right? Me too. But the thing is about, like, with him, it's like we've always been the same age. So when he was 13 doing This Boy's Life, or 14 doing, like, This Boy's Life, 16, 17 doing Basketball Diaries, I was always like, I got to get there. This is my contemporary in my mind. I'm like, this is my contemporary.
Yeah.
Like, so to be, like, with that dude, like, all the time, and, sitting watching sports with him all the time while we were shooting the movie. And I was like, I see why he's where he is. That motherfucker works hard as shit, dude.
Does he really?
Yo, he was reading.
I hate hearing that.
Yo, he was reading Wolf of Wall Street. He was doing notes and everything with Wolf of Wall Street while in the middle of doing Django. I was like,
I'm changing my lifestyle, man. I'm gonna start working more.
Yo, that's what it is, though. Like, I'd tell anybody, like, I don't know, like, after I did Django, man, my shit just shot up. I was like, because I learned how to work. Like, these dudes told me, and I saw how they work, man.
Yeah.
They are the best. It's like, I used to go to the set, fuck around or whatever. You know what I'm saying?
Craft services.
And shit. Like, you know what I'm saying?
Fucking talk shit to the makeup ladies.
You know what I'm saying? Be in the makeup trailer talking shit, flirting and stuff, man. But no, I see how those dudes, man, I was like, oh my God, this is how it's supposed to be done. And all those dudes are Oscar-nominated guys. You know what I'm saying? Walton Goggins got an Oscar. Christoph got 2. Jamie got 1 nominated for
Samuel L. Jackson.
Samuel L's been nominated. Not Sammy. Samuel L's been nominated. Like, these dudes are the greatest, man. It's like, I see how they work, man. I see, and it is, and they go 100% all the time, even when the camera ain't on them and it's a reverse shot. You like, God dang these.
Even when the camera's not on them?
Even when the camera ain't
That's
on
when
them.
my face and shoulders drop, and I'm like, time.
Exactly. I just started reading lines, man. Get your ass up out of here.
I'm mouthing, what time's lunch?
Yeah, exactly. Yeah. No, those dudes are all in all the time, man. And I'm like, okay, I see why.
That's fucking fascinating.
Yeah. So that was like the best, man. Like, that was easily the best experience, man. And like I said, I know people get mad and other directors get mad. And I work with some good. I'm working with Bryan Singer right now. I work with some really good directors, man. But Quentin takes the cake, man.
Yeah.
Like, you know what I'm saying? Yeah.
That's fucking insane. Because I looked at that movie, and it was as heartstring pulling.
Yeah.
As it was action intense.
I know, and that's awesome right there when you can do that.
Yeah.
You can pull strings of heart, but you still got to shoot them out every man.
Did working on that movie, did that change your perspective of going in and auditioning?
Hell yeah, because they told me, man, like Walton Goggins was like, we went out. I remember one day we went to a wine bar. We just sat and talked for like 6 or 7 hours, just me and him. And that's a good picture I got up to, man. But he was just like, Walton Goggins is like one of the best television actors.
Yeah, describe him so people know who he is.
He plays. He's on Justified. He's the bad guy on Justified. I forgot who he played. I forgot his name on Justified, but he used to be on The Shield. God, I forgot the character name on The Shield.
I was on The Shield.
He was on The Shield. He was the. I was on The Shield too.
Were you really?
Yeah.
Who'd you play?
I played JP. I had like one episode.
Okay.
I had one episode.
What was your episode? What'd you do?
They thought that they were chasing me for the last year, but they was chasing because somebody stole my chain.
Yeah.
Anthony Anderson, and he stole my chain because he was the bad guy for a season. So they thought they were chasing me. So they had me in interrogation. I was like, dude, somebody broke in my house and took my television. You know, but that was a great. I really liked The Shield.
I had a really great experience on The Shield.
Who'd you work with?
Chickless was Chickless, and then another guy. The Chickless and the director. I forget who the director was. It was it's back. I not that I don't want to be an actor as much anymore. But I kind of found my comfort zone. Maybe that's a bad thing, but I found what I really love doing is working at Travel Channel. I really love that job, and it is expanding my, as a comic, all I really want to do, because I'm a storyteller, is expand my horizons and have different life experiences, and it was definitely fucking doing that.
Yeah.
But and it's like once you get comfortable in something, then you feel that that's your strength.
Right.
And like acting for me was something I liked, but I was never really 100% comfortable in. Like I was never comfortable in film because I need people laughing. Yeah. So if I'm not doing something where they're laughing, I feel like I'm bombing.
Right.
And 4-camera sitcoms, great. Yeah. I feel like that is almost going away.
Right. It is.
But so I played The Shield. I played Peeping Tom. I was in a DWP outfit, and I had to look through a window, and I was watching people, and then they roll up on me. They see me looking in a window. They arrest me. It turns out that I like my wife to have sex with black dudes, and I like to watch.
Oh, okay.
So I'm sitting on the thing, and I'm looking in the thing, and I'm by the way, I may not have been a good actor, but I was a very committed actor.
Right.
So I believed my character would be touching himself.
Right.
So I'm playing with my dick.
Yeah.
And I pull up, and the girl pulls up. I can't remember her name, but she was one of the detectives.
Right.
She pulls up, and they see me, and they start walking up. And she goes, "Oh my God, what? He's touching it!" And loses Brake's character, sees me playing with my dick, and basically yells "cut," and tells the director he's touching his penis. And the director's like, "Oh, okay." Did
you really pull it out?
No. But I'm definitely playing with it.
Right.
I'm really playing with it.
Right.
And so
that was Catherine, probably. That was probably Catherine.
I don't think so. I don't know.
Okay.
I don't know who it was, but someone's told me her name.
Okay.
She wasn't like one of the big ones.
Okay. Because Catherine was.
So they go, okay, go back to position A.
Yeah.
And then the director and Chickless come up to me, and they're like, "Good choice."
Yeah.
And I was like, "What?" And they're like, "Listen, we're gonna hold her off. Don't do it when she comes up, but we're gonna do some tights of you playing with yourself." And, and we're gonna cut in, and we're gonna just get in the character, do your thing, and then when we're gonna tell you to stop, and then when we do the thing, don't do it, but we'll cut that in the show. And
right.
Like, okay. So I go, and he's like, "All right, action." So I'm going at it.
Yeah.
I'm going at it so long that I'm like, are they even filming this, or are they just sitting back there going like, let's see how long he'll play with his dick. Let's see if he blows a load.
I'm about to say they're trying to see if you gonna bust one right quick.
And then they did the scene, but it was fine. It was very short. It was a very short scene, but yeah, that was like one of my big acting breaks, and then I started getting into hosting, and it's a lot. It's an extension of my personality. I think had I gotten into this business in the '80s, I probably would have been on radio.
Right.
I think.
Oh yeah, DJ or something. Yeah. You know what? You know which one we like, man? I think you went to Cleveland.
Yeah.
And you went to Cleveland and went to the biggest roller coaster.
Cedar Point. Yeah.
Cedar Point. My wife's from Cleveland. This is before we even knew who you were. And she was like, "See, look at this. This is like we didn't even know you." And she was like, "Look, this is Cleveland," because we used to work. We watch the show all the time.
Yeah.
It was like, and she kept telling me, "Have you been to Cleveland before? You've been to Cleveland?"
Oh yeah, a lot. Yeah. Sandusky, Ohio.
So you're okay.
That's where it was.
It's in Sandusky. Yeah. And she kept like, see, this is the big. She kept talking about Cleveland.
Oh, dude, it is. Yeah. That theme park is like. I used to say it's like Dubai of the Midwest.
It is. It's like an oasis.
I sat in one ride and I said, "How much did this cost?" And I'm going to say the number. I don't remember that. He's like $21 million, and I was like, $21 million for 13 seconds to make me lose my mind. Right. Someone invested $21 million to give me 13 seconds of just memory, like of just like what the fuck.
Right.
It is. That's Top Bill Dragster. It's one of the craziest theme parks ever. It is hardcore, no questions asked. The most amount of thrills packed in. They say that Six Flags Magic Mountain is better right now.
Is it really?
Yeah, because they put in rides that are the top. They got this one, the X Factor or something.
Yeah.
That is, you're in a ball that spins and rolls and flames shoot out at you.
Oh, shit.
Dude, Superman, me and Warren Sapp, I said something about Warren Sapp on ESPN.
Yeah.
And Warren Sapp heard it.
Yeah.
And this is a great Warren Sapp story, by the way. You know Warren, right?
Yeah, I know Warren.
And so
I see your Tampa Bay Buccaneers hat on too. Yeah. You know I'm a Falcon fan. I don't want to say that.
Did you hear about Roddy White betting that guy?
I love Roddy. I love him, but he needs to get off of Twitter.
Yeah,
he needs to get the fuck off of Twitter, man.
Some people do not belong on Twitter.
No.
But Warren's heard me talking shit about him. He said, if you could ride one roller coaster with one person, who would it be? I said, Warren Sapp, because he screams like a little girl.
Oh, shit.
And I was like, there's a little girl, little white girl inside Warren Sapp. And,
that's hilarious.
And Warren Sapp's like, hit me on Twitter. He's like, yo, you Bert the Conqueror? I was like, that's how it read.
Yeah.
And I was like, uh-oh. But then he ended up doing an episode. We ended up doing Superman, the one where you shoot up backwards at like 90 miles an hour up, 400 feet.
Did he scream like a bitch?
He did.
You know what? On Eastbound and Down, I play him. Like I play the character I play on Eastbound is fucking Warren Sapp.
Really?
Like I've studied Warren Sapp so much. So Dontel on Eastbound is actually Warren Sapp.
Warren, did you hear that? Everyone hit up Warren right now.
Yo, I think he knows it. He hasn't. I said it on ESPN.
Yeah.
They say it too. They like, yo, that's Warren Sapp.
Now, what's Danny McBride like?
He's the shit, man. I love Danny. He's the nicest man in the world. He's nothing like any of the characters that he played.
What do they say? God, man, because he plays that character so well.
You would think that's him, yeah.
Because you're like, it's got to be. Everyone tells me you remind me of Kenny Powers.
Right. Okay.
Yeah, because I guess I kind of have like I don't know, whatever. I don't fucking know. I take my shirt off a lot.
Okay.
So, but like that when I first saw the pilot episode,
dude, I was hooked from the pilot. I told Danny that shit years ago though. I was like, man. Matter of fact, when I was doing Django, and he was doing This Is the End, I was like, we had a party, and I was like, dude. You bringing the show back? He was like, I don't know, man. He said, I don't know. It's up to HBO. I was like, you got to bring that shit back. You got to bring me on there, man. But dude, because I've been hooked since the pilot, man.
It's not even the big parts of that show. It's the little parts.
Right.
Like when he's talking to the two girls in the cafeteria with his tray, and he goes, "Say I won't slam this tray in that trash can." And they're like, don't do it. He goes, say I won't. And they're like, Danny. And he goes, or whatever, Kenny. And he just goes, damn, I did that. Like, yeah. I mean, that kind of personality just fucking makes me laugh so hard.
I call that type of person. He's a dumbass know-it-all.
Yeah.
That's the type of dude that is. It's like,
yeah.
God damn. It's like, yeah. I know a lot of people like that, too.
This is the end when he wakes up out of the tub.
Yeah.
And starts smoking a joint.
Oh, man, dude. But like, it's so crazy because, like, the whole movie has been going on. But as soon as, like, you see the shoes, the cowboy boots, and you see the Jerry curl, I mean, when I was in the movie theater, everybody was like, oh! I was like, yo, it's all these stars in the movie, but y'all love Danny like that?
Yeah.
And because we were shooting Eastbound. I guess we were shooting it when the movie came out, when This Is the End came out. So I was like, I'm already working with Danny every day, and I'm like, damn, y'all motherfuckers really love this dude, man. And I was like, he ain't nothing like that, man. I was like, they'd be really disappointed if they meet him, man.
Really?
Yeah, man, because he's sort of quiet too, man. He's really like soft-spoken, unless you get some lick up in him. But
that's the thing that, like, I think you probably got it too, but like, I never wanted, I'm sure it's the reason I'll be going to therapy very shortly. Mm-hmm. I never wanted people to see me on TV or on stage and then see me off stage and B, I was a different person.
Right.
Like I remember Tosh. You see him on stage, Daniel Tosh. When you see him on stage, he's one guy, and then when he's off stage, he's completely different.
Right.
And I remember Dane Cook is the quintessential example of what I didn't understand.
Right.
On stage, he's this confident, swagger having, like party is happening right now. Like you almost go, I gotta smoke weed with that guy.
Right.
Off stage, he is very quiet behind a computer, just kind of into like maybe playing a little bit of the guitar, chatting online with fans. Right. Like he didn't want to do anything crazy. Right. Like, let's go see Star Wars. Yeah. Like, and I just was like, and I when I coming out of college, I was voted the #1 party animal in the country by Rolling Stone. Oh, no shit. Yeah, Rolling Stone.
Did I hear that from? Okay, what school did you go to?
Florida State. So when I got into stand-up,
stories about fucking Tallahassee. But go ahead,
dude. Tallahassee.
I fucking love that city. Man.
Did you go down there?
Yeah, man. I used to have a friend. I had a homegirl who went to FAMU, and I had another homegirl who went to Florida State at the same damn time.
Oh.
So I used to take trips out there. They never knew about each other.
I used to work at an organization called Safe Escort, and it was basically we walked girls across campus. Yeah. And for the long rides, you drive it. We had like a state issued car, like some like bullshit, like what are those old cop cars?
Yeah, the Crown Vics.
Yeah. And you knew for a fact whenever you got a call and it was a black name of a girl, you're like,
FAMU.
We're going to FAMU. Yep. And we were not, and we weren't
Tanisha Jenkins.
And they got hip to it, and they started calling in, going Jennifer.
Yeah, because y'all didn't want to drive the fam.
And well, no, we weren't allowed to.
Okay.
We weren't allowed to drive off campus. It was because of Florida State function. We couldn't take it to another school.
Oh, right.
And
that's true. Yeah.
Every fucking time, every time I got in the car, I pull up to I forget the name of the hall, but one of the halls I pull up, and you'd see one girl by the door, and then you pull up, and then she'd wave, and 8 girls would come running out.
Oh, they got a free taxi ride.
I'm going to a party.
Yeah.
And then they get in, and they're like, we're going, just like right off, like, and they'd go, we'll give you directions. Yeah. I go, just tell me where the fuck you're going, and I'll take you. And they were like,
give you a dick suck or not?
No.
Oh, that fucking sucks. Like, I give you a ride, give me a dick suck. That's all it is.
And then they go, can you pick us up?
Oh, man.
I'm like, no, I'm not going to fucking pick you up.
Hell no.
Yeah, Tallahassee was a fun fucking place.
So you were voted biggest party animal.
Yeah, #1 party animal in the country.
How did you get that?
I don't know. Honestly
who nominates you on that?
Nobody. The Rolling Stone.
They just saw you.
They wanted to do an article about Florida State. Yeah. And so they came down. They wanted to party with one guy. Right. And that was me. So this journalist was like, I was the guy that knew the most people. Right. I'd been there the longest. So I was going to show him around school. So he came down and stayed with me, and I showed him around school. I showed him like all the cool parties and all the fucking. But in the process, what happened is everyone told him a crazy story about me. Oh, they were like, "Oh, you hear about the time Bert shit on a pizza box to win an election?" And I was like, and he was like, "No." And they're like, "Well, let me tell you." Right. And then he's like, "Did you tell you the time about Bert did this?" And so all these stories started accumulating. And he goes back to New York. He writes the article about Florida State, and then as he does that. He realizes it's too broad a subject. Right. And Jan Werner, from what I understand, everything's from what I understand, by the way, because I wasn't in the office of New York, but apparently Jan Werner, the editor, was like, let's just make it about this kid. Right. And so he's like, okay. So he whittled it down and just made it about me. And so, like, the opening line is like, I remember thinking, I hope I'm in the article. I hope they mention me. Right. Because I was like, I spent a week with him. I hope he mentions me. Right. And the opening line is, it has taken Bert Kreischer 6.5 years to become what he is today, and that is the #1 party animal in the country at the #1 party school.
Yo, you were in school for 6.5 years.
Yeah. God, I love it. And it changed my life.
Yo, did you start?
You know what? Can I tell you something fucking crazy? Yeah. This is so crazy. That article came out April 1st.
Oh, this is
today's April 1st.
Yeah, it is. This is what anniversary is.
Oh, 1997, April 1st. What is that?
We're old. 17 years.
17 years ago that article came out. That article came out today. That is so crazy. And I remember getting it, and Beck was on the cover, and I thought it was me for a second.
Oh, did you really?
I did. I was like, I look good.
Cover.
My hair looks full. Dang. And so I read it, and it changed my life. I got interviewed by a bunch of people. Yeah. Johnny Knoxville. This is 1997.
So Johnny Knoxville was the shit. I mean, he's the shit now. This is before Jackass?
But way before.
When Jackass came out, like 99, 2000?
Probably in 2000, 99.
Okay.
He was ESPN did a series of commercials. They sent a tour bus down.
Yeah.
To shoot a commercial with me.
Okay.
They were touring, and they were going to shoot a commercial with me about partying.
Yeah.
And so they pulled in Tallahassee in a tour bus, and the two actors were Johnny Knoxville and some other guy. I don't remember the other guy's name.
Oh,
and so me and Johnny Knoxville partied for like 2 nights straight.
Didn't go to sleep, did you?
No. Oh, no, we probably did. But I remember him being at the top of my stairs going, I can throw myself down a flight of stairs. Anyone want to see? And we were like,
shit.
Like, he was crazy.
Yeah.
He was fun. We sat in this tour bus, smoked weed, and watched videos of these kids trying to knock themselves out with bottles. And, like, just these kids, like...
Yeah.
And so then, it changed my life. It really changed my life because I didn't have any direction.
Were you doing comedy at that point?
No, I had never done it.
Yeah.
But in the article, I said I wanted to do stand-up. So this one radio station put together a stand-up show.
Yeah.
They're like, you want to try it? We'll do it. We'll use you as a promotion. Right. So they promoted it with me as the headliner.
Yeah.
Sold out. Potbellies packed. By the way, I would never do stand-up at Potbellies now.
Okay.
I would never do any of the shit I did now. Like, of course, 4 comics and me.
Yeah.
Every comic doing 15 to 20 minutes. I would never fucking allow that.
Right.
I would never allow that if I was doing a show at a bar.
Right.
That the sound system sucked.
Right.
They'd never done stand-up there.
Right.
And all the comics were like seasoned Florida comics that all came up to Tallahassee for the show.
Right.
And then I had to close.
You.
And all of them.
Yeah.
Oh, no, I take that up. One guy gave me really great advice that I've taken to this day, and I've broken this advice, but I'm glad he gave me this advice. Right before I was about to go on stage, everyone was kind of like looking down their nose at me, like waiting for me to bomb and realize that I'll never be a comic, that they're comics.
Right.
And I had a Miller Lite, and I was gonna drink a beer before I went on stage. And this guy, I can't remember his name. I kind of do because I think he continued to do stand up. Stopped me and said, "Hey man, I'm just gonna give you nothing for nothing. That's a really bad habit to get into." I was like, "What?" And he's like, "If you start drinking right now before you go on your first time, you'll always need to drink before you go on." And he's like, "So don't just do it sober."
Right.
And I was like, "Okay." So I did it sober. I did it stone sober.
Yeah.
And now adversely, I am better at stand up when I'm sober.
Okay.
But so I did it. I headlined. I killed. I got offered my morning show. Yeah, I got the radio station said, "Why don't we give you your own morning show in Tallahassee?" And I asked the guy who I was going to take over for. I was going to partner with him for like a little bit, and then he was going to leave, and it would be mine.
Right.
And I go, "Well, why aren't you staying?" And he goes, "Who the fuck wants to live in Tallahassee?" And I was like, "Well, not me now." So I moved to New York.
Right.
Oliver Stone optioned the rights to my life in that time.
Really?
Yeah, like his company, not Oliver, obviously.
Yeah.
His company started the process of a free option.
Yeah.
And I moved to New York and I started doing stand up.
Okay.
And I had the confidence of knowing that Oliver Stone had optioned the rights to my life to think like I'm worth something.
Yeah.
And then I got up and I started doing stand up, and like 6 months into doing stand up, Will Smith's company discovered me.
Man, you live the fucking charmed life.
Let me tell you something. I am well aware of that. And there are times in my life where I stop and I breathe and I go, all right, hold on. There is a child in a blood diamond mine right now, and I'm sitting at the Jamaican Inn on a peninsula in an infinity pool that is private. It is part of my room.
Right.
So like I've always tried to like, I don't know, not that I do shit for it, but like, like whenever anyone says any charity event, now that I say this, everyone's going to get fucking hammered on Twitter. Right. But I always try to do that.
No, that's dope, though.
And pay it forward a tad bit.
Yeah.
But,
dang, that is really, oh, man. So that's
it's luck. It's a lot of luck.
But no, it's not luck. You know what it was?
It's a lot of. I'm the luckiest guy you'll ever fucking meet.
It's lightweight, but the thing about it, you were in school for 7 years.
There was.
So you were a grown ass man when you got out of school.
Yeah.
This was 7. It's not like you were a 21-year-old guy. Like, okay, what I'm going to use? Like, you were like, what, 24, probably 23?
I was 25.
25. So it's like, that's grown. It's like, okay.
I was 25.
I
could rent a car.
Right. Yeah. So you could run for senator. No, I mean, like, so you were cool. I mean, that's like, you had a grasp of it. You're like, okay, I know what I can do.
I had a little bit. Moving to New York was a real eye-opener.
That's real.
Especially for like kids like us.
What part of New York were you in?
Oh, the village.
Okay.
I say kids like us because growing up in the South, you don't have worldly like views.
That is true. Yeah.
Like Leanne had never had Chinese food.
No,
I swear.
Was she from Marietta?
You know what? She grew up in Little 5 Points too.
No, she had Chinese food.
No, she lived in a town called Bowden.
Bowden.
It's like right. You know where Carrollton is?
She grew up
in the sticks.
In the sticks, yeah.
And
but she used to be in Little 5 Points a lot, though, right?
Yeah, she grew up. Her mom lived there.
Oh, she did? Okay.
Yeah, so she grew up around there.
Okay.
Little 5 Points is pretty cool.
Fucking love Little 5 Points. I was watching something on HGTV the other day, and somebody was trying to move in. Was one of those real estate things.
Yeah, they do a lot of those in Atlanta.
Yeah, because this one lady, Egypt, is a real estate lady in Atlanta. The black lady, she's a real pretty chick. She does it. She does her show in Atlanta. And I look at that, man, I want to move back so bad, but I'm like, fuck, I'm on so many damn TV shows.
What about you want to be a superhero?
I want to be a superhero, man.
Okay.
I got to fucking get into the gym.
What about, what's your plan? My buddy Terry has a great superhero script.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
What is it about?
I'll tell you when we get done, because I don't want to spoil it. And I don't know if he sold it, but Terry's got the greatest superhero script. And at first he wrote about a kid, but I'm telling you, it's a fucking, it could be a hilarious comedy superhero script.
See, you know what? I'll tell you what happened. All right, so I'm watching TV every day. Well, one of my best friends in the world, man, he's been calling me the whole fucking time we're here. So he's playing Captain America and shit, right?
What?
No, he's playing in Captain America. He's playing Falcon.
Really?
Anthony Mackie.
Wait.
Anthony Mackie.
The black dude?
Yeah.
He's been in a lot of movies.
He's a lot of shit, yeah. Hurt Locker, everything, yeah.
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 What was the one I just saw him in, and I was like, I saw him in
Gangster Squad or something? I don't know.
I saw him in Gangster Squad.
Gangster Squad, yeah.
Yeah. I saw him in Captain America, and I was like, he's got fucking wings on.
Yeah, we were just, me and my wife were just with him, like, they had the premiere 2 or 3 weeks ago. We went to the premiere with him and his wife, because we're, I was like, this motherfucking rich, man.
Yeah.
He rich now.
Yeah.
I need a couple of those.
Are they gonna make single movies about him?
I don't know, but they're making Avengers. They're doing everything.
And he's in all those?
Yeah. Oh fuck yeah, man.
That is the
and they're doing the part
spot.
3 to Captain America, and he's doing that too. So.
Would you trade your path right now?
Nah.
Hold on. Your path right now.
Yeah.
Where you are getting to work with the best directors, the best actors, having great life experiences, having wine with Leo and Samuel L. Jackson and all these great things, and the opportunities that will just simply compound onto that.
Right.
Doing a fucking period piece about World War II.
Right.
Where, like with Martin Scorsese, whatever is in your path.
Right.
For one kind of sellout that defines you. No one will see past that character, like say you're Batman or you become a superhero like Stamp. Every time you see him, all you see is that thing. But you do 5 of those pictures, and you're done.
Worth like $1 billion.
You're worth like you end up at the end. You're worth like let's just ballpark it like
$250 million.
$250 million. But when you go to read, Quentin's like, man, I wish I could, but all I see is Shaft or what? Not that's a bad example because Samuel L. Jackson did that, but I'm trying to think of who the example
Luke Cage or somebody, whatever.
The example of that guy who once you see him, you can't see anything past.
Adam West or somebody like that.
Yeah,
I don't know, man. You know what? Nah, because I'm an actor for real. So I like characters.
Yeah.
I like to create characters, and that's because it's playing, it's fun.
Yeah.
So dude, I'm doing we ended Rake about a month ago. Now I'm on Battle Creek with Vince Gilligan and Bryan Singer and shit, and David Shore. And then we just shooting a pilot for that. And then we're going that, and after that, then next week I start Ray Donovan. I like that. Yeah. That's fun to me. That's but fuck, that 250 be talking, man.
Dude, because what is life about? Is life about proving that you're talented and creative, or is life just about providing for your family and relaxing and having a great life?
Yeah, because you could really go to
you can change people's lives.
You can, and you can live on the beach,
have a beach bar.
Bora Bora
How fucking great would that be?
What would you do?
I sell out.
I think I would too.
Yep.
And I was gonna try to be real artsy about it, but I think I would sell out.
I'd sell out
because that's all I talk about is and you know how many lives you changed. I was on the phone with my brother before I came in, and we were talking about how our neighbor how Decatur, Georgia, where we're from, the part that we're from is really going down. We were like, man, all he needs is like $50 million.
Yeah.
Of like, buildings and businesses and this, that, and the other. And you could really revitalize that community. I think I'd sell out.
Yeah, I'd sell out, and I'd cure one thing like planner's warts. so that all anyone ever saw was like, yeah, man, we don't have planner's warts anymore. Bert Kreischer got rid of that shit.
Yeah.
Like, be like the Jonas Salk of polio.
Right,
but just something smaller that you can afford.
Yeah. Yeah.
Like, no, there's no one that's born cross-eyed anymore.
Yeah.
like, or just say something like, cure something like that. Like Jessica Simpson's, by the way, which is the most brilliant, I think, is the most meaningful and brilliant charity to give to is Operation Smile.
Oh, okay.
Cleft palates.
Right.
It's like, dude,
that's real dope. Yeah.
And it's like $1,000 for one kid, and you fix his cleft palate. I want to say it's $1,000. Maybe it's like, it might be like $100.
No shit.
And you, I forget what it is. Go to operationsmile.com. But like, and I'm not saying about kids in America that'll get fixed. It's the kid in Mexico.
Right.
Don't make him grow up. And I mean this, but like a monster.
Right.
Like someone who looks so different, you can't help but look. Let that kid have a fucking life and have a smile. Let him enjoy life. I have fucked up teeth when I was growing up.
Right.
George's teeth and my teeth. We have the same teeth.
Okay.
And I did not start smiling, like really enjoying the moment until I got my teeth fixed.
Right.
And I'll tell you what, that changed my personality night and fucking day.
Right.
I went from like and I'd cover my mouth to like and who I am now, where all you see is me smiling.
Right.
But it's a big game changer.
Yeah, man. Yeah. You know what? Yeah, I sell out and I do some good shit.
Yeah.
Yeah, you're right. Yeah.
It's like
I'm getting old because I would sell out.
Yeah.
Fuck it.
But it's like, what do you what do you want to be?
And you get money in perpetuity, right? You just like your family.
Okay, now how about this? Now, okay, what about real sellout? Like real sellout.
Like what?
Like you play
a coon, like a blackface type shit.
No,
I was say I can't do that.
Yeah.
Walking around watermelon and shit.
No.
Boss, I got you. No, I can't do that.
Oh my god. Oh no. I just meant like playing like the. Oh, hold on. Let's see. When it was brutal. Okay, perfect. My old manager texted me and asked me if I could do a podcast with him.
Okay.
So I was like, yeah, sure. He's got a podcast. It's actually you'll actually really like the podcast.
Okay.
It's called Industry Standard.
Okay.
And he just talks about the industry. It's really fucking interesting.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. And so no, I meant like real sellout, like Saved by the Bell or something like but like
really bad.
Yeah, just where you're not really tapping into your talent as an actor. You're doing a sitcom and it runs for 8 years and you will not work after that, but you'll have like
how much?
$20 million.
I think I can make $20 million, man. 200 or something. That's a different beast.
Do you look at your life as going, one day I'll own a yacht?
You know what? I just came back from Mexico with a whole bunch of football players. And we were just down there. I was looking at these yachts, man, and I was like, damn. I was like, I think I can get one of those.
I always believe it.
I think so.
I believe it.
I believe it. But that, I was talking to one of the guys, one of the financial advisors. He's like, the two best days. The two best days of having a boat is the day you buy it and the day you sell it.
Yeah.
And like, because it's just a fucking money pit.
Hey, will you come in when I do my audiobook and say the N-word for me?
Okay, can I? Yeah, I'll be the one that's like, I'll do it all day. You know what? I don't even say it as much as I used to either, man. I know because I'm trying to do better.
Yeah,
I am.
I'll tell you what, man. I do believe there is power in words.
Yeah.
And I'm talking about power in words in the simplest things, like when people see me in the mornings.
Right.
And they're like, hey, Bert, how you doing? And a lot of times I'll just go tired.
Yeah.
And then all of a sudden that dictates your energy.
Yeah, you're right. Yeah.
And I believe that like me, I curse a lot around the girls.
Yeah.
And
it's so funny because when George was over and we were watching the movie, I said, this got curse words. I said, we can't watch this. George was like, my dad curses all the time.
Yeah.
I was like, am I doing it to me? Like, if my dad does too.
George. Yeah. My kids are growing up with a very cultured sense of humor.
Yeah.
Like
mine are too, man. It got to, yeah.
He's Isla said the other day, Leanne said something and I was in a bad mood.
Yeah.
And Isla goes, Mom, he needs to stop sucking on his mama's teat. And I go, where did you hear that? She goes, the farm.
The farm. That's what they go to. Yeah. Did she go to the farm every Friday or something?
Oh yeah. Well, Leanne ran the farm.
Oh, did she?
Yeah, because she grew up on a farm.
Oh,
so
okay.
Leanne ran the farm and turned that shit around.
Okay.
Because Leanne grew up on a farm.
There's a farm at our daughter's school, at our kid's school, and my kid goes there every Friday. So
it was Leanne ran the farm for like 2 years, and then it just became too much because she's running my business, and she was I can't. She didn't have time for it.
Yeah.
I think about selling out, like selling out, like hardcore, like
Saved by the Bell.
Yeah, or like what if I started,
But you could do comedy forever though.
Comedy is the one thing. Travel Channel's been so brilliant to me, and they've been like, you know what, your comedy is what it is. As long as you provide the service to us, and when you promote for us, you realize our brand. We will always respect that you have an art that you do on the side that is stand-up comedy,
right? And
we'll never infringe on it. We want your voice to be you. And they're like, you can be the Bob Saget of Travel Channel.
I was about to ask you, could you be Bob Saget? Because he sold out.
Yeah, I could.
Yeah, but see, because he can still. How much is he making a night though?
He's making good money. I mean, he's not making like he's making good money. I'll tell you what. I'll tell you
5 figures a night, right?
I'll tell you right now. Oh yeah.
Yeah.
I did a college with him one time. This is a pro Bob Saget story, hardcore. I did a college with him one time, and I was supposed to feature for him.
Right.
And I was like, how much am I getting paid? And they're like, well, I think Bob just requested you, so you got to figure that out with Bob. And in my head, I'm like, shit. Bob gave me $3,000 fucking dollars.
Wow.
To do 10 minutes. He gave me $3,000, and when I walked up, he was the nicest guy in the world. Yeah. He was like, hey, man, I really appreciate you doing this. This is really cool. And he's very fucking grounded. I remember telling him one time that someone had an assistant, and I was thinking about getting an assistant. Yeah. He was like, what the fuck do you need an assistant for? He goes,
you do need an assistant, though.
I probably do. Yeah. But I got my wife.
Yeah, okay.
You think you guys going to have more kids?
Yeah. I need a son, man. I need to throw a football to somebody. Shit.
I just got the girls into softball, and I'm fucking loving it.
And my girls have no athletic ability. I don't get it.
Oh, bring them over here for a day.
Okay.
Because I used to coach. I played baseball really competitively growing up, and got into like all county status in Florida, which was big.
That's big shit. And baseball in Florida. Yeah.
And then was going to go on and play it. I got an offer. I got an offer to play at Duke.
Okay.
And then and the Citadel. Yeah. And then Florida. No, I was dumb as shit. Those are two good. Those are good schools. Sports.
Right.
And then Florida State Florida State was like hey, come on,
baseball.
Yeah, come on in, walk on, and we'll basically
Florida State's the shit though.
Like we'll let you try out,
right? Kind
of thing. But they, but it was like they had shown interest because I caught for Brad Radke, and Brad Radke went pro.
Yeah.
So everyone saw me catch, and they were like, well, he can definitely catch and he can hit. Let him know that he can come on up. So I went up. I went on to the first day, and the coach was like, "Yeah, you're good." I remember him saying, "Why don't you go down to the bullpen and catch 90 pitches off of each of the pitchers?" And
90 pitches off of each pitcher.
Yeah, so a pitcher's got to throw like every day, or not every day, every third day, I think.
Yeah.
Always throw 90 pitches to keep his arm strong. So it's because that's like the average for a game that you'll let a pitcher throw. Mm-hmm. And I remember I walked off the field. I walked out fucking left field fence, and I walked back to my dorm, and I was like, I'm done with baseball.
Why is that? Because you felt like you were disrespected?
I just was like, I don't want to catch pitches. I don't want to catch. I'll be catching the bullpen the rest of my fucking life.
Right.
And I walked up to my buddy Obi. I was like, I think there's a spot available on the team.
Right.
And my buddy Obi went in and played, and he was like, it was fucking the worst. Yeah. He was like, it was horrible.
Because that's like Florida State is like one of the top 5 programs of baseball, right?
Yeah, I mean,
country, right?
Yeah, and I would have been. I'm guarantee you, I would have been like a red shirt freshman,
right?
Of who would just catch bullpen, so that they didn't tire out their real catchers. And I was not good enough to play at Florida State. I can promise you that. Maybe as I got older, and if I played hard and I practiced hard, but
right.
Look,
some steroids, you've been real good,
dude. I'm thinking about doing steroids now.
I'm thinking about doing HGH right now.
Yeah, it's not that bad.
HGH is supposed to be good for you, right?
Yeah, it keeps you young.
Your testosterone. That's what I'm thinking about doing. Is that bad? Now, then I can do superhero.
Yeah,
because I see what a lot of them dudes do, man. I see what a lot of the actors do. Like, you were 170 pounds last week. Now you 192. What happened? You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Oh, you were 192 last week. Now you're 180.
What kind of music you listen to now?
You know what, man? I don't even listen to music. I'm getting fucking old. My kids listen.
What do you
to
work
stuff.
out to?
Sports talk and
Are you
podcasts.
serious? Really?
Podcasts and sports talk.
What are your podcasts that you listen to?
Yours. I listen to Greg's. I listen to Jason Whitlock. I listen to something called Combat Jack. I listen. Let me see.
There's a podcast
called
called
wrestling podcast too.
You like wrestling?
I love pro wrestling, man.
Really?
Hell yeah.
Do you listen to Sam Colt Cabana?
Hell yeah, me and Colt, we talk going back and forth on.
When are you in New York next?
I don't know, man. Somebody just asked me that. I don't know. I don't know when I'm anywhere next. I mean,
my buddy Sam Roberts loves
Colt
wrestling.
Oh, okay.
And he gets like Hulk Hogan and all those guys on his podcast.
Yeah, I listen. Let me see. I got Jim Ross. I listen to Jim Ross Report. I listen to Jim
Nerdist.
Ross.
You got Nerdist on there?
I got Nerdist. I'm on Nerdist sometimes.
Really?
I'm on Nerdist.
I'm doing Nerdist next month.
But this is the Nerdist wrestling.
Shut up.
I do this a lot.
Really?
These are my friends. Yeah, I'm on this podcast a lot.
Do podcasts?
And I do Nerdist.
Make flying so easy. You got Fitz Dog.
Yep. Cheap Heat is another one I listen to. So this is another wrestling. I listen to a lot of wrestling podcasts.
You should listen to Rogan. You ever listen to Rogan?
Yeah, I used to listen to Rogan a lot. Man.
Yeah,
and because he's real smart, man.
He's smart as fuck. I told him that last week. I was like, your podcast is really just you hanging out with intellectuals these days.
That's what it is. Yeah,
and getting smarter. And if you listen to his podcast, you're just gonna get smarter.
Yeah,
it's fucking amazing.
Yeah, man. I was like, dude, I don't remember Joe Rogan being that smart, but yeah, man, that's what it is.
He's a smart motherfucker.
Yeah, yeah.
What So what? Okay, so we've done about an hour. Let's do another one like a month. You want?
Sounds good to me, brother.
I love talking to you. I'm so glad. Leanne kept saying to me, Omar wants to do your podcast.
I want to do your podcast. I was like, man, I said, Bert. She was like, yeah, because I didn't know that you were George's father. She was like, yeah, my husband, Bert. He does it. I said, who's your husband? I was like, Bert the Conqueror? I listen to his fucking podcast. She's like, yeah, it's one of the best podcasts in the world. I know. I was like, man, because my daughter comes over here a lot. She's over here all the time, man. And I was like, what? Oh, I said, is Bert here? Like, no, Bert's in fucking Indonesia or some shit.
We'll do this. Do you drink?
Hell yeah.
Okay,
let's do over there. I'm like, yeah.
Let's do I'm gone all of April.
Okay.
But I'm back in May. Let's do one evening podcast in May. We'll have a few cocktails.
Sounds good to me, brother.
Sounds good?
Yes.
What's your Twitter?
Omar Dorsey. Very easy.
Dorsey.
Dorsey.
Omar.
Yes.
And anything you want to promote?
Well, I got I'm doing Ray Donovan this season. That starts in the summer. I think it starts in June.
I really think podcasting is going to change the profile of actors. Actors, because like you're someone that's kind of embraced podcasting wholeheartedly,
right?
And I guarantee you that people are going to lose their shit when they see you on. They'll hear your voice, and recognize your voice and go, "Oh shit, that's Omar!"
Yeah.
I guarantee you, man. I guarantee you, it's going to increase because it works with comics, and it works with sports figures.
It does, yeah.
But man, I think, and you're one of the first guys to really embrace it. Actors are sometimes weird about coming on and talking about the craft, or.
Yeah.
You know,
and I think they don't want to make a mistake. I fucking make mistakes. I mean, they don't want to say the wrong thing.
Yeah,
I say the wrong shit all the time, man. So, it is what it is. You sue me, I don't give a shit. So it's one of those things.
So you're on Ray Donovan,
and I'm doing this another new show called Battle Creek. It's with Vince Gilligan. That's the guy who created Breaking Bad, and Bryan Singer's the director, and he's directing the pilot. We're shooting it right now, and David Shore, the guy, is the creator of House. So that's a new pilot that I'm shooting right now. And it's actually I picked up 13 episodes.
God, that's a good feeling, isn't it?
Yeah, man.
It's like
yeah, because I'm actually on a show right now called Rake with Greg Kinnear.
That's great.
Yeah, man. So I don't know. I mean, it's really good. I need people to watch it. They've got 2 more episodes left. The numbers are pretty rough, man. But like, I want that show. That's a really fun show.
That's a really great show.
Yeah,
I'm gonna everyone go in, put in your DVR. Yeah. But you got to watch it within the first 3 days. That's really important.
That is.
That's for ratings.
Is that what it is?
Yeah. You got it. Just when you everyone you check it, just start watching it because when you start hitting play, that number then counts.
Gotcha. Okay.
So put in Ray Donovan. Put in Battle Creek on your wish list.
Yes.
Put in Rake.
Yeah.
Go check out what is it? Chicken Charlie.
Chicken Charlie. Yes.
Django.
My chain had 4 teeth in my mouth. Yeah. Yeah.
And Omar will be back next month.
Cool.
We're gonna do a late night drinking podcast. Maybe I'll invite Joey Diaz.
I know who he is. I know the comedian. Yeah.
Oh yeah, maybe I'll invite Joey over, and we'll do like 3 or 4 dudes over here. We'll hang out. We'll have cocktails. I'm sure Joey will be eating edibles.
How long are you in town for?
Right now?
Are you leaving the whole? You gonna be on for the whole?
I leave for all of April, starting tomorrow.
Okay, because I'm doing another joint. I'm doing I got doing stuff for Fox Sports 1 too. Hosting the show on Fox Sports 1.
When?
I'm shooting. We're shooting the first episodes. April the 13th. I think it's 13th or the 14th, whatever that Sunday is. But you're gonna be going. I would have loved to have you.
That's Sunday. That's Sunday. I might be home.
Okay, because it's barbershop. We're shooting in a barbershop, and it's called Talking Shop. And we're just talking about sports and shit.
On Sunday, that Sunday, I'm home.
Okay, you are?
I have a show in Tampa the 10th. I fly home the 11th. I'm home the 12th, 13th, 14th, and on the 15th, we fly to Hawaii.
And the 15th is, which one is the Sunday? The 14th or the 15th?
No. The Sunday is 10, 12, 13.
The 13th?
Yeah.
All right, cool. I'll give you,
I'll do it. Yeah.
Oh, cool. That'd be great.
Yeah.
We'll shoot. Right there, it's a barbershop right down the street, too.
Awesome. Yeah, definitely. Awesome, Omar. Thank you so much. I appreciate it, man. Thank you. My hand's sweating from holding a mic.
This episode was brought to you by The Machine.